Aloha guys, this is Dr. Steve and this is chapter 8 from the Web Development Design Foundations with HTML5 textbook, and we're going to be taking a look at tables. Yes, tables. Tables have been around for quite a while, and although they might not be used as much today as they were back in the day, they are still very useful. We're going to look at several things here, including the creation of basic tables, using table, table row, table header, and table cell element tags. We're going to configure table sections, including the T-head, T-body, and T-foot elements. We'll also look at how we can increase the accessibility of a table. So we'll style a table with cascading style sheets, describe the purpose of style sheets with the structural pseudo classes that are now available. Let's move forward. Okay. HTML table. All right, now it used to be that tables were used to really kind of organize the layout of a page. Not so much now. Now they're used mostly to organize tabular data. So, but still very useful. Remember, your user only spends 30 to 60 seconds on the page. You need to be sure that your information is nice and clean and easy to understand. So, besides bullet points, tables is another extremely good way of organizing your information. So tables are composed of rows and columns, kind of like a spreadsheet, if you will, and then cells. So you have cells. That's the intersection of a row and a column. Okay, so we have table. The tags we're going to use are table, TR for a table row, and TD for table data, or a cell, if you wish. And you can see the example here on this slide. Okay, remember, table, all these are container tags. You have the table tag, the TR, the TD, and you also have the caption tag, which is kind of nice. By default, caption is going to go on the top of the border of the table, but you can configure it to go elsewhere if you so desire. Okay, here's the example. Table border equals 1. Okay, so we're going to have a border of 1. Caption, bird sighting. First row, and the first cell in that row, which would be from on the left side, will say name, and then the second cell will say date. Into that first row, the beginning of the second row, and then the table data bubble link, and then the date here, 5/25, into that row. The third row, first cell, upland sandpiper, second cell, 6:30:10 into that row and end of the table. Now it's really important that you have everything balanced. If your columns get out of sync with the rows, it's going to look pretty funny and may not display at all, in fact. Okay, here's another example. Table border 1, first row, TR. Now we're going to go with table headers, TH. What this is going to do is going to use a default format of bold and center. So the name and birthday are going to be bold-faced and centered in the column, into that row. Second row, James 11:8, into that row. Next row, Karen 4:17, into that row. Begin a new row, Sparky 11:28, into that row, into that table. And you see the example here on the right using the TH element, which bolds name and birthday and centers it in each's respective column. Okay, there are also some other attributes, a lot of which you can see from the slide, are considered obsolete. Align, BG color, obsolete. Border, okay. Cell padding, interestingly enough, obsolete. Cell spacing, obsolete. Summary, obsolete. Width, obsolete. Now you can actually use some of these things, but you're going to get a very erratic result. I would recommend that you avoid them at the very least. Okay, others that you can use are col span and row span. Let's take a look at those. Actually, those are a lot more interesting. Okay, here's call span. Again, table border equals 1, should look familiar, TR. Now here we have one table data, but we're putting the attribute call span equals 2. So that basically means you've had to kind of thought this out a little bit and understand that you're going to have 2 columns and you want this particular row, birthday list, to span both of those columns. It's the end of that row, then the beginning of the next row, first cell, James, second cell, 1108, into that row, beginning of the next row, Karen, and then 417 into that row and table. And the result is, like you see on the right there, where the words birthday list span 2 columns, hence the term call span. And if you can do it that way, you can do it the other way too. You can do row span. Same basic idea here. Here you see the row span, and it's going down 2 rows. Again, you need to be careful to think this through. Make sure everything is balanced, otherwise you'll get some very funny looking tables. Table caption. Generally, you want the caption to fall immediately after the opening table tag. So you see here, table border equals 1, then caption. Again, it is a container tag, bird sightings into the caption, and then the rest of your table. You notice we can use IDs here, and names, and dates. We put all that kind of stuff in. It makes it easier for the web to be able to, or bots to be able to scour on the web and make sense of it. By this point, you should understand the purpose of using a table on the web and how the text is contained in the TH element. You should be able to describe one technique that increases the accessibility of HTML tables, such as the information I just provided for you in the previous slide. Okay, let's style a table. Okay, so you have HTML attributes and then you have CSS property. So the attributes have kind of been deprecated now, and that everything is going more towards the CSS property. We're trying to do everything with CSS. So instead of BG color, you want to use background color. Instead of cell padding, you say padding. Instead of cell spacing, you do border spacing or border collapse. Height is height. V-align is now vertical, align, width is width, border, you have border style, etc. So you see all the things that you used to be able to do with attributes, you can do still, but you do them now with cascading style sheets. Now there's some very cool things you can do with some of the pseudo classes with tables. You can format certain things such as a first of type, a first child, last of type, last child, or nth of type, the n being a number of some sort. Usually we use odd or even, actually. Here's an example to do a zebra stripe table. So you have a TR, right? So this is the table row, and you say nth of type, and then in parentheses even. So every even row, the background color is going to be something or other, and it creates a really nice look, in fact, with very little coding. Here we go, table rows. Oh, groups. Yes, we can do groups if you like. You can't see it here in the HTML code, but you will see it in the CSS. Notice the ID, day, and the headers, day and hours. And now we can see over here we have table head rows, table body rows, table footer rows, and they look a little bit different here. Okay, there's a T head, different formatting, the T foot, different formatting, and the T body, which looks different as well. You still can't see exactly what the formatting is. Right now it looks like it's the default. It's really not the default, but it can be modified through the CSS instead of the table attributes. Okay, and that's about it for now. We'll take a look at some of those files in the student data files, and then of course read the chapter. Okay, aloha.